addressing the media.
For your support throughout the electoral process. We wish to urge all our stakeholders to remain calm, and we would also like to assure you that your safety, security, as well as protection of your properties will be done to ensure that all of us and our country, Ghana, remains at peace with itself. Thank you very much. Eye bambo ejumeku a ewo oman nim no sabre a yaso abawie no nhihye ya ye wa bato n'echi no ya hye ase edi ni nyina egugu akwan mu a ye hwe se bambo ebedi mu obi ahu enkonkoto chima na ejapade ne aban nyumeku ahodo.
Sorry, we weren't able to bring you from the beginning, but we'll bring you a wrap of whatever that was said at the police headquarters. As surely would be on security issues here in Ghana. Earlier this morning, you heard what has happened again in Techiman South. We also brought you an update in Damongo as well. And so we'll put all together and bring you what the police has been saying on security today particularly. But let me come back to you, Kujo. You were going to the...
Exactly. So I said that before the 2024 election, it was 9 for MPP, 8 for the NDC. But look at what has happened. The NDC has claimed 17 seats here, leaving 2 for the NPP, right? The 17 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 15 of the 17 seats in the Western region, and have left 2 for the NDC, for the NPP. Look at Sekondi, a place like Sekondi, for example.
Japamesa.
Yes, Andre Japamesa. Look at the trend.
Okay.
The NDC has never won here from 96. I said 92. 92, they won it, both presidency and parliamentary. But from 96, when it became that competitive, that the NPP, came up with candidate, it hasn't happened that the NDC has won there. But in 2024, Blay Nyameke Ama has come to win it for the NDC.
Do we know who this Blay Ama is?
Okay, I don't know him personally,
but his background.
But I'm told that he was based in the UK.
Okay.
And he came to Ghana. Look, he's a Ghanaian, right? So he does come.
Of course, yeah.
So the NDC brought him to contest, but I'm told he's a lawyer in the UK anyway. But has not been called to the bar in Ghana yet.
Okay.
But he comes in and says, lawyer go, lawyer come.
Oh.
Because in this constituency, you would want to say it's been lawyers that have governed or that have won the parliamentary since 1993. Bosom Chisam was there, and I'm told Bosom Chisam was a lawyer. Then it came to Papa. Papa Usu Ankuma. Papa Usu Ankuma was also a lawyer. Then from him, it came to Andre Japamesa, who's also
okay. A lawyer. Okay, because we'll come back to understand these candidates. But let's bring you back what the police said at the police headquarters earlier.
Phase and additional measures have been put in place to maintain peace, security, law, and order. There have been limited cases of looting, vandalism, and destruction of properties in some locations across the country. 89 suspects have so far been arrested in connection with various offenses. 40 of these suspects are directly connected to the acts of vandalism, looting, and destruction of properties. All these suspects are in custody and will be taken through the due process of the law. We would like to use this opportunity to caution persons to desist from such acts of violence, since the perpetrators will be arrested and brought to face justice. Some of the measures we have put in place towards ensuring the safety and security of all persons in this post-election phase include the following. The security agencies are showing visibility through patrols in various locations. We are also conducting intelligence-led operations within communities to fish out perpetrators that we've so far identified. We are also providing static security at state facilities, and we are engaging government officials and other stakeholders, including reaching out to them and hearing out their specific concerns. Additionally, a special investigative team which has been put in place is reviewing all videos that we have so far obtained on such acts of vandalism, looting, and destruction of properties. And every person in these tapes who is taking part in these activities will be identified, arrested, and put before the court to face justice. We would like to thank all Ghanaians for your support throughout the electoral process. We wish to urge all our stakeholders to remain calm, and we would also like to assure you that your safety, security, as well as protection of your properties will be done to ensure that all of us and our country, Ghana, remains at peace with itself. Thank you very much.
Well, I know that we all have been quite excited, Kojo, and quite impressed with the police and the subsequent updates that they have done. This year's election is just amazing. But it's good to know that at least 89 persons, but out of these 89 persons, they have 40 of them that have been vandalizing, which brings 49 persons to other crimes, like, you know, maybe they were looting. Maybe the looting will go under the vandalism as well, I'm sure, because for you to loot, you must destroy something for you to be able to loot. But the other crimes, people showing up at the polling centers with guns, people shooting, people causing any form of crime that is worth investigating. Another thing that I'm also impressed about is the static police or security deployment at state offices. Because if you listen to my colleague Collins, it means that this NADMO looting or disturbances that's happening now, it's not new, it's not novel.
No.
They have said. So it means that we anticipated it. So this response, very good, but I would have thought that would have happened, because if they know that persons were going to invade in state offices to want to loot, then I think that it should have been something earlier. What do you think?
Maybe they didn't really factor in because the main attention was on the elections and how to prevent mayhem, as we saw in 2020. That's why, because you've seen the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, Palmer,
Virginia Palmer, yes.
You've also heard from
Harriet Thompson,
the UK High Commissioner, Harriet Thompson, praising the election security task force, and of course they've done some yeoman's job. But I think they didn't anticipate that this will happen, and that's why this happens. So maybe going forward, they will add it to their planning so that they will look at, because yesterday in Damongo, for example, later in the day, they had to position military at vantage facilities, like filling stations, the EC offices, the DC bungalows, and what have you, to protect the place from these young people. So this will probably serve as another thing they will consider in 2028 when we're going into the elections. But overall, you would want to say that the police have done a great job in the way things have gone. Just that, like I say, we focus too much on authorities and leave the citizen. Look, we have to focus on us, because if I don't take a gun to the polling center anywhere, if I don't go to a polling center and slap anybody, the police won't have a job to arrest me, right? And we'll be seeing what we're seeing.
If I go to the polling center with a gun,
you don't get it.
You pause here. Your thumb.
If I go to a Hunter West and I see that they are collating a result somewhere, you won't see me going to cause any mayhem anywhere. I think we should take it upon ourselves to say, look, election happen at the police stations. Let's go there and make sure that our votes are protected. But aside that, don't prevent anybody, whatever, from doing anything. You've already taken that action at the polling center, right? But you don't even have to take mayhem to protect water.
I agree.
It's something that we need to consider, that going forward, we don't need to be doing it, because people losing their lives, it doesn't tell a good story about Ghana.
And
look at the way we've done the elections. But because one or two people have lost their lives, of course,
it will mar the whole,
you know,
the whole process.
So that's something.
It's good to know